Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. They finally released Ruben Dias, but they still didn't make his pace that meta, but I'm still going to use him because it's Ruben Dias. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new objectives to check out today because it's the new season 4 for FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. We have the new Future Stars Rainier, Brazilian, right? So probably Rainier. Future Stars of gameplay objective card to review today. So it's the same thing as they did back in the day where it basically gets upgraded every time you use them, and you're going to be getting him in the managerial masterpiece. Play 25 games. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be working on that. Definitely have to work on some other things here first. This video, SBC, gameplay objective, and then we'll review all the cards we can possibly review to the best of my ability, right? But for today, guys, we have the Season Pass. I had to load up each individual player because Footbin's kind of like wonky right now, obviously, because of the new promo. So for level 15, we have Walschmidt. I'm probably gonna get him, to be honest with you guys. 4-star, 4-star, all that good stuff. We have the second one here is Senesi, Feyenoord Links and Argentinian Links. So again, not a bad card. Again, I do think that it shouldn't be options. They should just give you all three of the cards, but it is what it is. Because they're not like special to individually get as one to grind gameplay objectives, right? It's just, you know. But Walschmidt, Senesi, Dembele, and then the level 30 cards are going to be Yanuzai, Desciglio, and Cesino. So you see my point as to why they should just give you all three, because they all look cool to use in your team for different reasons, right? And it's just unfortunate that they do this, right? But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and check out the level 15 cards. So first, we're going to get started with Walschmidt's card. So this guy plays for Benfica. We're looking at a card. Okay, so he's 4-star, 4-star, left-footed, medium or high medium work rates, traits, doesn't have any traits. He's a lean body type. Lean body type is very important. I think for me, if I were to use this guy in my team in particular, it would be with the finisher chemistry style, and I would just compensate for the pace. Because a card like this, boosting his dribbling as much as possible could be very ideal, right? It could be ideal because he does have the lean body type, but he is 5'11", so we would have to kind of like test that out in game and see how he dribbles. But it has 99 agility with 91 balance at 99 dribbling, while already having 91 acceleration, which is pretty decent. You just can't abide to that meta of using pace to get him behind the defense and all that kind of stuff. So with a card like this, it would have to rely on dribbling and attacking air, like normally when we review him whenever we get the chance to. He does have 90 stamina. A card like this, honestly, it would have to be used in the cam position, I think, right? Because it's very important to have pace in the main attacking areas. But if he's playing the cam position in like a 3-5-2, playing through the middle, it's just not as big of a deal, you know? It's really not. You could give him an engine chemistry style and just use his base card stats for shooting because, you know, he's 5'11" with a lean body type, so maybe increasing the balance, agility, and dribbling could be ideal as well. And you just use his shooting for what it is, right? Most people are giving him the Hawk. Well, it's only 3 votes so far. A Hawk would make sense too, because you're giving him some physical stats, some shooting stats, as well as pace, and then you would just compensate for the dribbling being as it is, right? So it's one of those things that we definitely have to review in game to see how he performs. Next up, we have Senesi's card, right? So Senesi actually looks pretty good because his acceleration is higher than his sprint speed. That's good. So a Shadow Chemistry style on him, he's going to have 95 acceleration with 86 sprint speed, while giving him essentially perfect defending, or almost perfect defending, while already having physical stats too. He's got 90 strength with 83 aggression, 80 for stamina, and 86 for jumping, while being 6'1" and a high and average body type. So, you know, for people who are making some Eredivisie teams, you know, want to work with some Feyenoord links, Argentinian links even. This is a pretty cool card to get, I think, too. There's a couple things you can work with if you have a guy like this in your team for sure. So probably not going to be a player a lot of people get, but because of the Eredivisie players that have been coming out recently, it might be something that people actually do want to end up getting. Like I said, all three of the cards being unlocked would be cool so that people can kind of work with that variable. This card I could definitely see being acquired as well, just because if people are playing this game for fun and they have those Chinese League Super League or Chinese Super League players, there's a couple of dudes you can work with, right? So with Dembele's card, we're obviously looking at someone that's most likely going to be playing as a CDM with high work rates, right? I wouldn't necessarily want to use him as a center mid because of the way that his dribbling is set up with his height. So if you gave him a shadow chemistry style as your high work rated player playing in that Chinese Super League team, there's a couple cool things you can work with. Belgian Links, the league itself, there's a lot of players in there. I think, does Alessandrini play for the same team? Gonzalo? Let me see. Gonzalo. No links with Gonza. Okay, so it's just a Chinese Super League players like Bakambu, Alessandrini, those types of guys that you would work with if you were to add him into your team. Belgian is not a hard thing to work with either. There's a few cool Belgian cards you can get, so Shadow. So for the level 15 ones, I think it's purely sentimental. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer for this one, to be honest. I mean, there's never really a wrong or right answer because these cards are mostly sentimental because they're not necessarily meta. I'm going to go Waldschmidt for the Liga NOS team for sure. 85 rated is pretty low as well, which is definitely very helpful. Dembele, 85 rated. Yeah, I think it's going to be a combination of Waldschmidt and Dembele that people are going to be deciding between for sure, just because of, depending on the situation of their team, right? Next up, we're going to have Yanuzai. So with Yanuzai's card, we're taking a look at someone that, with the finisher chemistry style, actually looks pretty cool. We would have to test that out in game. Finisher actually doesn't make the most sense because his dribbling is not being increased by a whole lot. Medium-low work rates. What about Marksman on him? Marksman boosts the other dribbling stats, right? So Marksman is not touching, agility, and balance. What do people give this card? Oh, well, people are not looking at these things right now for sure, with Future Stars being out. A Hunter? Yeah, this one definitely doesn't have an obvious chemistry style, right? Because if you give him an engine chemistry style, his dribbling will feel the best that it can possibly feel, I think, right? Considering he's a four-star player, left-footed, medium-low work rates, which makes me want to use him as either a striker or a cam, high and average plus body type, you do have to work with his dribbling for sure. It would be a matter of checking and seeing whether or not he has the sharp touches, the sharp dribbling. If he doesn't have the sharp dribbling, then giving him an engine would be pointless. But even still, finisher chemistry style to boost the finishing as much as possible while giving him the dribbling boost, I still think is the most ideal situation for a card like this to make him usable. But the high and average plus body type will definitely affect the card a little bit. Average plus, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure he was lean, but maybe he got bigger in real life. I haven't seen him in a while, to be honest with you guys. Next up, we've got Desciglio's card. So Desciglio, I think, might be, again, just like last season with Emerson, I think he might be the best choice. The reason being for this is because of the Leon links, right? There's so many sick Leon links that you can work with, but then also the Italian links as well. So it's the Italian Leon links that is definitely very cool to work with for sure. Because right now, if you work with Depay in your team, you switch Depay to a center mid position, boom, there's your solid green link right there, and then you kind of like work around that. If you use a 4-3-3 setup where Depay is playing with Denayer in your team on that left side for the 4-3-3, where it has the CDM or the center mid and then the center back, right back, that's a triple link setup right there as well. So what we have to see is whether or not he looks good in game. And like I said, for the last season, I think Emerson was the one that made the most sense in regards to acquiring. This card definitely makes the most sense again, right? So Anchor Chemistry Style, 95 acceleration, 98 sprint speed. We're boosting his defending by a lot while also boosting his physical by a lot too. His physical is fantastic. His passing is fantastic as well, while also having dribbling, being a 6-foot tall player with a lean body type, while also being 4-star. Yeah, this is actually like a meta-oriented right back. Yeah, he's 100% meta-oriented. He looks pretty good, man. For a fullback that's going to be on stay back while attacking or playing as one of your center backs even because he's 6 foot tall, in a 3 at the back formation or even as a right wing back, like the card looks phenomenal, to be honest with you. The only thing that's going to be lacking with the card is obviously an attacking presence, which doesn't make him full meta, obviously. But the card looks really good. I think this would definitely be a very good choice too. And then last but not least, we have Ryan Cesino, which Doesn't look that bad actually, because if you give him the marksman chemistry style, you would be significantly boosting his shooting as much as possible, while boosting his dribbling to be as responsive as possible, while having the lean body type with the 5'10" height, 4-star, 4-star, left-footed traits. He has the finesse shot trait. Right? So a player that, you could potentially be using on the right side to cut inside and then utilize his finesse shot trait wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing either, right? With physical stats, he's got 87 stamina, 80 strength with 89 jumping with the marksman chemistry style, and then his shooting is 99 finishing with 89 shot power. So not a bad choice there, but I think it's mostly for sentimental value with him as well, right? So let me see Yanuzai's card again, if he has any traits. He has the outside foot shot trait, but no finesse shot trait, while being a left-footed player, right? Yes, okay. So for me personally, I think the best choice is that the first one is not obvious. Moussa Dembele will be a choice for the Chinese league teams. Eredivisie will be the choice for Senesi. And then obviously if you're making a Liga NOS team, then Waldschmidt will make sense for that one. But then the last one, I think that again, the right back makes the most sense, Desciglio, because of the links that you can work with, because of the 4-5-1 formation, also the 4-3-3 formation. The other two choices, I think Yanuzai is the worst one because of body type. We have to test out his dribbling in game. But Cesino wouldn't be a bad card to get because he actually looks really cool for an English player playing in the Bundesliga. So it's a big variable to consider over there, right? So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. A lot of work to do today. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.